Hey there viewers, my name is Torinski and welcome back to another DCSS Sunday. Today we're of course jumping right back into the usual routine, trying to get some 15 rune wins here, and where we last left off, we very successfully managed to finish off our ranger run, things going just absolutely beautifully for Grunter the Second, and we even started off into our third 15 rune series here, which is melee. And more specifically, we decided to potentially try out a bit of a pseudo challenge run, try and get a Berserker through a 15 rune game. So of course, with Troglodyte, we got a decent start to that, but who knows what the dungeon has in store. So without further ado, let's get ready to hop right into it, shall we? We just finished off clearing the regular dungeon here, so it was just about time to head into one of our S branches, most likely. We have Shoals and Snake available, neither of which is going to be perfect for this character. Shoals is going to be nice for picking up some ranged weapons, specifically some thrown objects, because that's something I always try to utilize on melee characters. Evocations, oops, mic bonk. Evocations and throwing are both super useful at keeping yourself out of trouble in the long con here. So Shoals is fantastic for that, getting a lot of javelins, a decent bang for a buck. Snake is just Snake. You know, it's definitely always a kind of sketchy place. At the very least, we're completely immune to poison, so maybe that works out for us. I'm not too sure, but I think we'll be starting off in Snake and seeing how things go on that side of it. We do have an okay number of thrown weapons now, so we can potentially use our boomerangs to try and soften up a bunch of those snicks before they get close to us. Let's take a peek, shall we? At the very least, we always have the option to run away, or at least usually. I guess it depends on which kind of snakes we're up against. And just give me a quick second here to finish setting something up on my stream laptop here. Fantastic. No time like the present. Let's do it. Hello, my Naga friends. So at the very least, can just try to take... Ooh, I was kind of hoping that we'd just be taking the Anaconda upstairs, but of course Constriction put a bit of a damper on that. Regardless, managed to take out our welcoming party here, and so far, not so bad, though that's not asking for much. We're still pretty early days here. I should also do a quick check. Were there more shields? There is a kite shield for sale. I think I might run and grab that bad boy real quick like here, just because the buckler isn't quite going to cut it as we continue forward. I mean, there's also an argument to be made for the fact that we'll probably be able to find something a little bit nicer in Snake, but there's no guarantee. Attack is a little bit slowed by our shield, but 0.1 slower is not too shabby at the end of the day here. So with that, let's get ready to hop right into it, shall we? Halberd of Protection, that should be just fine. And in fact, we'll just take down these sons of guns as quick as we can. It's about to say, don't you step in that dislocation trap, son. But no real issue at the end of the day here, at least. Oh, geez. Well, Shaft is definitely not exactly what we were hoping for. We'll read a quick teleport. It does seem to take us into a much safer avenue here. In fact, we can immediately find an upstairs. That is beautiful. Saves us a decent amount of trouble at the end of the day, and then with these snake friends, we just run away. And in fact, let's take a few shots with our boomerangs, looking like pretty solid damage at the end of the day. And a condenser vein. Oh, DCSS, you shouldn't have. Fantastic. So it's a little bit pricey at 800 gold, but once we get that up and running, we'll be in a much better spot for all of our crowd control needs, so that's wonderful. But let's just take our sharpshooter friend around the corner here real quick. Then we can come back for, oh, I was going to say for some Steam deal, but apparently not. Scroll of ID, definitely want to check that out before we move forward. Fantastic. And we do not have any Wand of Flame with us, so actually no Unagi for us today. No Steam Deal is going to make itself available, but that's still fantastic. Jeez Louise, that Mamba rather, doing a bit more damage than you like to see. Oh hey, there's a Wand of Flame if we so desire. And do we desire? Plus 7 Executioner's Axe. I kind of forgot we had this bad boy. We also had this Scroll of Acquirement. Right, Lagitang was potential in the menu, though I'm more likely to go with something one-handed, just so we get the nice mix of offensive and defensive capabilities with a shield in our offhand here. So do you want, let's drop the Executioner's Axe for now. We'll take the Flame Wand, even though it's not likely to be super useful. We could definitely try to make use of it when we get around to shoals, and that doesn't sound half bad to me, so that's fantastic. Fortunately, these snakes are ridiculously fast here. We'll read a teleport scroll to try and get away from the Guardian Serpent at least. Oh no. Okie dokes. Well, we're definitely starting to get into some trouble here. We do have Fear. We do have some Blinking. I mean, most of these Sons of Guns. I guess Mana Vipers aren't going to care whatsoever about the Fear. The rest of you a little more so, but it's still not necessarily ideal. No, let's start with Fear. Try and get some of these Sons of Guns running. And then we'll just need a few turns for that to proc. Did I land in the exact same space as my first teleport? Regardless, not exactly ideal. Looks like this is just a long, windy path. We left some friends behind. Some of the feared Sons of Guns went running around this corner. You're mited. This is not looking great for Troglodyte here. Let's see. If I blink, it'd potentially be down there. Up here, we're in spitting range of a lot of shenanigans. Let's pop here. Read another teleport. Hopefully this one gets us out. Also bring out a Trog's Hand just to get a little bit of regen going. Jeez Louise, my friends. Well, never a dull moment at the very least. Let's go with Fear again. Does not get the Warrior. And you, my friend, might be a little bit of a problem. Let's take a quick peek. 41 damage. Oof, even with a max AC roll, that's not looking great for us here. And why couldn't you have been feared? Well, well, well. Can take a step away so we're at least out of range, and then if they're gonna try and hit us with their spit rather than walk towards us, that actually works out in our favor. What are with these teleports? Okay, need to kill the Guardian Serpent as soon as possible. Oof, oof, oof. Fortunately, that puts us in a rough spot, so I think we're gonna have to blink. And then 58% chance to hit you with the boomerang is not ideal. If I swap over to javelins, I'm guessing it's not gonna get much better. At least we deal damage to all these Sons of Guns. Okay, Guardian Serpent is dead. So that's something, at least. Short Sword of Speed on you, my friend. If we can just get around this son of a gun, and then we can keep running for our very lives. Up to 20 damage on these Sons of Guns. It's definitely not ideal, don't get me wrong. And Constriction from our Naga friend is not perfect. Well, let's risk one more step. 7 health is probably a bit lower than we would like. Let's try and bring in Phone a Friend here. And Not quite gonna do it. Let's phone in a stronger friend with our box of beasts here. There we go. Okay, Mamba's dead. And we're just gonna keep walking. Try to get the heck out of Dodge. Holy moly. Definitely a less than ideal start to the branch here. Used up a lot of resources. Even one of those teleports taking us more than 5 steps would have been a pretty big game changer, but it is what it is. And regardless, it's hopefully not the end of the world. Let's just try to get some range damage in here while we have the opportunity. We can just bring our one friend upstairs. Perfect. That is much more manageable. Still less than ideal at the end of the day, but hey, we made it through. We're alive, if just barely. Fantastic. So let's hope that we don't get any more nasty shaft shenanigans or bad teleports. And maybe, just maybe, we can make it through the rest of here in slightly better condition than we are now. I'm also tempted to switch up our skilling a bit to continue training shields, excuse me, because our attack is still being slowed by that side of things. But potentially also throw in some evocations. Bring that up to somewhere around 12. Maybe some fighting again, just to bring our health total up to a decent spot. That doesn't sound half bad to me. And otherwise, see, this is a bit more like it, abusing the slow move speed to get a heck of a lot of damage in with our boomerangs. There we go. It's definitely a bit of an odd floor there. I'm guessing, you know, I was going to say that we haven't found all the downstairs and there was going to be a secret section in the middle, but doesn't seem to be the case. I guess the floor looks a little bit like a snake, so it's on brand if nothing else. But holy moly. Ooh, and a ring of protection. I probably will take over evasion, seeing as how we're not that evasive anywho. So let's instead try to focus on what we're good at in life here. Definitely try to take out our polearm user friend as soon as possible. And luckily we're in a much better spot when it comes with, or comes to dealing with that guardian serpent, so that's beautiful. And there we go. Not too shabby at the end of the day here. Even as we start to get slightly overwhelmed with the quantities of enemies. See invisible. I guess I will pick you up just in case we face off against someone where that becomes relevant. And then definitely need to kill this son of a gun. And then we can probably just walk away from our other friends. Taking a little bit more damage than I'd like from that bow, but it's not the end of the world, especially once we get to edge range here. We can just relatively safely walk our way out of here, heal up fully, and then head right back into the mix with our new friends. Fantastic. Holy moly. Roller coaster of emotions, to be sure. Not too bad. I don't have electricity resistance. That is not ideal for sure. Shock serpents could very quickly become a problem. Ooh, I do love to see another acquirement though. In fact, that gives me reason to get this one turned over, so maybe we just go with gold pieces. Ring of Resist Corrosion could be nice if I never find any other source throughout the run, but I'm hoping that we come across something else over the course of our journey here. So let's just take the gold for now and take another peek in, shall we? Reflect, regen, slay +6 on a necklace. I mean, I don't know if I can say no to that. Holy moly. Means that we can potentially, instead of getting a reflect shield, take something else with our trouble. Regen, of course, isn't super useful in fights with Ghoul, seeing as how we can't regenerate when we're in the sight of monsters, but Still very nice for healing between fights, especially when we get to the Abyss and Pan. Constantly having enemies coming. This +3 cloak is actually half decent as well. Shores up our extreme lack of intelligence, which we're hoping isn't going to be the bane of our existence in extended. Hum-de-dum. I think we do take the amulet. The amulet of the 4 winds that we're currently using, while being alright overall, is also slightly redundant with Trog's Hand. So let's drop our regular regen amulet, pick up this bad boy. If nothing else, it also gives us a bit of extra shielding. So shield and slain is a pretty potent combo for us here. And that should be fantastic. Let's see how we fare as we continue forward in Snake. Oh hey, look at that. +1 cloak of Mumblety Peg. Good old Mumblety Peg. Harm, Rampage, Vocable, Invisible, and Dex -5. Probably not going to be making the switch over to that, at least not anytime soon. And okay, we're in Snake 3 now. Just want to be paying attention for when we get down to 4. I saw these fancy stone walls and thought I might have confused myself by accident, but seems like we're fully on the up and up here. Why does it look so much like Snake 4? All these fancy looking structures and whatnot, but maybe we'll just hang out here temporarily, try to damage these sons of guns as they come traipsing in. Fantastic. Sharpshooter, let's not engage in a ranged battle. Perfect. Ooh, another Scroll of Fear. At least replace some of the excessive consumables that we had to spend on our earlier escapades. Very, very interesting. Then we'll keep hurting our new friends with boomerangs. That goes quite well at the end of the day here. And we'll keep burning through the ID scrolls as we pick them up. Not too shabby. Guess we have that 5 stack of scrolls. What am I even missing from scrolls here? Could be fog or butterflies, maybe? At least at a quick glance, it seems like that may be what we're missing out on at the moment here. Oh, hello, Jorgrun. Oh, also I was wrong. I now see that we have Scrolls of Fog, so how about that? It's just taking a peek over to see if we had any silence, and not quite. We do have File Floods, though, so we could potentially risk it all here. If I bring in a friend, and then we File Floods you. I was gonna box a beast as well, but I think we'll just jump right in and help our 2-headed ogre. Fantastic. Definitely not too bad of an encounter. At the end of the day, Jorgrun can always be a bit of a fright, but we have a pretty wild amount of burst damage at the end of the day here, so that works just beautifully. And that's most of Snake 3. Snake 2 and 3, no problems whatsoever. Snake 1, on the other hand, oh gosh, hold on to your shorts. Ooh, and you know, this could actually get just as rough here as we come across a shock serpent. Never what you want to see when you're lacking in that specific resistance here. And also pop up before that anaconda steps to us here, just to make sure we have the escape available to us. Trog grants us a weapon. Thanks, Trog. +5 Scimitar of Flame is probably not going to make the cut here, at least not immediately. Ooh. And a pig and snake. That definitely smells like Kirky here. Oh, geez Louise. Oh. Hello, my friends. Yes, the Weaver of Myths themselves come to die. You know what? I'm just gonna leave. Guardian Serpent around is not exactly our cup of tea. Oh no, are we gonna have to break all the rules once again here. Feels like I've been getting my hands tied and forced to cure, or to murder, not cure, but rather murder innocent beings a bit more often than I'd like here. And what else can I drop? I guess branding could go for now. Vulnerability we'll never really be using. Can maybe just ignore our pig friends. Take a step up and just try to burst you down. Fantastic. And then we'll unleash our new horde upon the world. Interesting. Hat of the Bear Spirit. Spirit Guard is actually kind of nice. Willpower, again, isn't fully necessary with Trog's Hand at our disposal, but it's still nice. Don't get me wrong. Very interesting, at the very least. We can safely ignore this rage component, of course, seeing as how we don't have blood, so it's not a concern. I guess we could even just buy that immediately now that I take another peek at our money, but I'm very much also happy to save up for these heal wounds potions. That's going to be an instant buy. Oh gosh. Inventory management is a son of a gun. Amulet of Faith can go. I don't think I'll be using that bad boy anytime soon. Just mark off a few of these for future purchase. Maybe buy the haste immediately just so we have a bit of a backlog on those. Oh, wow, triple crossbow. It's a shame we're not playing another ranged character. That would be wonderful to see. Still is a couple runs in a row where we've had access to... Oops. You know, let's go Box of Beasts once again here. But access to the triple crossbow much earlier than could otherwise be expected. Hey there, God, I'm so sorry. I hope you're doing fantastic this Sunday. Nice to see you again, my friend. Who slowed us there? Was it you? I don't think Guardian Serpent's slow. Maybe they do, though. I'm much more, or I'm generally, at the very least, much more concerned about their other capabilities that I don't think of slow as being a concern. Oh, right, I was still slow. That's how the snake was keeping up with me. Whoopsie daisies, but that's fine. We'll now just get a bit of distance between the two of us here. But I won't hurt the non-hostile human. Thanks, game, for keeping us honest here. Fantastic. And okie dokie. Slightly scarier than it had any right to be. Let's try to stay away from walls so that we're not worried about getting double tapped by those lightning bolts, of course. And otherwise we'll just try to take care of our new friends as fast as we possibly can. Only slightly terrifying here. Do I just leave? Guess we can go for one of these at the very least. Oops. Let's do it again here. And I was gonna say third time's a charm, but maybe, just maybe, we'll hold off for the moment here. Glad we did. Wasn't necessary at the end of the day, so we can save that for the next little bit here. Ooh, and a salamander-themed ending to Snake, eh? Very, very interesting. Let's clear out the rest of the level before we start worrying about those sons of guns. Am I really gonna drop Amulet of the Four Winds on the ground? Just feels wrong, you know? Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of options. I guess enchant armor, enchant weapon, these can temporarily hit the deck here. So we do have one pip of fire resistance available to us. Ooh. Artifact chainmail could also make or break the run here, so let's definitely try to get a good peek in at those sons of guns. And then try to focus down the lava mage. Beautiful. The rest of these sons of guns will take around the corner here. Should be much more manageable in this controlled environment. Fantastic. And let's see what we're working with. Holy moly. Plus 13 Chainmail of the Raven. Gives intelligence, which again is going to very much potentially save us from stat death. More fire resistance as well. Well, that is incredible. You know what, for the time being, we're going to drop you. Pick up our armor here. And... ooh. No, I cannot lignify. Never mind. Got excited for a moment.